Anyway, like I said, the pandemic is real insidious. It's gotten into the White House. They don't know who has it, even though I may have some general questions whose carrier are. But hey, you know, the virus gets around. That's all I'm trying to tell you. And it has a lot of deaths, but we can't spend forever looking and thinking about this virus. All right. It's got to be a factor, just like everything else, just like race, just like racism. Factor it in and do your thing. Don't harbor about it. Okay, use your wisdom. If you don't have wisdom, then we got to start learning how to get wisdom. But overall, over 78 days, even though Georgia, I'm speaking only with Georgia because, like I say, the statistics for the United States and worldwide are just too daunting. Okay, I like to keep it real and make it plain with you so I can break it down. Well, 1,400 deaths right now over 78 days is, compared to New York and some of these other places, is really minuscule. So, but one person dying is enough. But when you do the relativity quotient, we're kind of on the low side. So it's beginning to flatten some more. Now you say, well, when is it going to flatten, Dr. Jack? I don't know. Okay. But it's starting to flatten. Social distancing has worked. However, there's going to be a point of social distancing that's going to make us all go crazy if we don't do something to go towards social distance removal. Because we are social animals. We like to fraternize. We like to associate. We like to play. We even like to have drama between each other. These are things that we do as humans. Okay, when you got to play with yourself all the time, that's not going to be good over the long run. You get out of touch with a lot of things. All right. I don't want us to have done social distancing so much that people would think if somebody touched them, they may not only just get something, but they may faint. There are going to be people in that category if we don't be brave. Know at what point, using common sense and concern, and like they say, moving cautiously, there's got to be a point we got to come out the cave, y'all. We got to be brave. We must get into social distance reversal. We must do this, okay? Because it's been over 30 days. And like they say, anything that's been done about 30 to 45 days becomes a habit. So you've been socially distancing yourself for 45 days. And now it's becoming a habit. Well, like I said, Georgia has opened up April 24th for all the restaurants, barbershops, tattoo parlors, theaters. So how we doing? How's Georgia doing after having been open for about a little over almost 2 weeks? How we doing? Okay, well, as far as the virus or the pandemic, the statistics, well, this is what I see. Like I said, it appears that the pandemic in Georgia is flattening. I use the term 14 days. That's what's important to me. 14 days usually determines the growth or flattening of the pandemic. And usually when a pandemic or epidemic is growing, when it's first growing, just like it was here in Georgia, every couple of days it either triples or quadruples in number. Well, now the numbers, they don't double or triple every 3 or 4 days. It appears that it almost doubles every 21 days now. So I think that it's trying to reach the peak. Of course, we're still having cases, testing that's going on, that's going to add to the numbers that tends to scare people. But guess what? It's been around anyway. The cases have been around. They just haven't either manifested as symptoms if they're asymptomatic carriers, because we all can be asymptomatic carriers. Dr. Jackson could be an asymptomatic carrier, but I've already been tested. It's about time for me to try to test again. I wouldn't recommend getting a habit of being tested. If you've been tested once, and like I said, this pandemic has been around Georgia in every county for 78 days. More than likely, if it's airborne, which a lot of us tend to think, it's gotten around. So a lot of us have gotten exposed to it already. Let me repeat that again. It's been around every county in Georgia. It's been on the ground, been in the air. It's been around. So most of us have already been exposed to it. I got to repeat that again. Most of us have already been exposed to the coronavirus already. And either it hasn't affected you, or you are a carrier that's resistant to the manifestations. So if you're scared of COVID, baby, hey, COVID probably been through one armpit and through the other, through one ear hole and out the other already. Moving on. Because it moves awfully quiet and it's exceedingly small. You can't see it coming. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's probably already been through your life.